Dinner with Friends podcast. Y'all hungry?
Welcome back to another episode of Dinner with Friends. I'm joined by my amazing co-hosts, Taylor McMillan and Janie Moses, along with myself, Nathan Mutale. Today, we're going to be talking about growth and generational change. But before we get to that, of course, we can't start an episode without asking you guys, what food are you feeling like today?
Edamame.
Whoa.
Well,
Poppy.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like an appetizer, but like, like an appetizer, but like a shareable appetizer.
when you say you feel like an appetizer, expand on that. Like, what does feeling like an appetizer
Oh my
feel
gosh.
like?
I'm going to be really poetic. I feel like an appetizer because I feel like I'm at the beginning of my course of life because we're talking about growth and change.
You know what?
Period.
You ate that. You ate that.
Okay.
You ate that.
So you're feeling like breakfast?
No,
Well, kind of, yeah.
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 Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you feel like?
Charcuterie board.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Expand on that.
I feel like a charcuterie board with salami and crackers, grapes, a glass of wine, and you know those dried figs?
Ooh.
Yes. Do you see my outfit? Do I look like I'm supposed to have a charcuterie board? Because I am.
You look like you bring the charcuterie board.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Is there any reason why you're feeling like a charcuterie board?
I'm feeling a variety of different ways. All of them are good, and if you mix them, they'll be even better.
Aw.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's good. Nathan, you have steep competition.
Well,
You do.
No,
What do you
because
feel
like
like?
you guys
You feel
always
like a piece
give
of
like
toast?
metaphorical.
Matter
Like
of fact,
I'm feeling.
can I guess what you're feeling like?
You're not going to, but okay.
Oh, guess.
That's the next episode.
Yep.
Anyway, I would say that I am feeling like yellow curry udon noodle soup.
Ooh.
That's only because I had that at Spice 28 last night.
Oh, you went to
Okay.
Spice without me.
Hi, I'm Nia with You Ate That, and today we are shouting out Blues Babe Foundation. Blues Babe Foundation was founded by Jill Scott. Therefore, it is nothing short of an act of love. The foundation allows for space that curates and inspires the positive growing of youth through bonding, activities, trips, and lessons. It's a space that allows for the youth to flourish in the light of love.
Today, we are talking about growth. We're talking about, change, breaking generational curses and what that means to us. Because, we're all going through change right now. I just turned 21. You guys both just turned 18 over the course of the last year.
I didn't just turn anything.
You just turned an age. But whoa, wait, pause. Whose
sorry.
phone is ringing?
Taylor.
We've been over this.
Like,
Hola. What? ¿Cómo estás? Oh, okay. Understood.
Share with the class
Yeah,
at least.
When I
like-
get home. All right, bye.
In the middle of filming. Are you joking?
it's
No,
unbelievable.
take us here. My bad.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
like you should start with that.
But I won't. Oh my God, guys!
What is it?
It's our sponsors.
Oh my goodness.
This episode of Dinner with Friends is supported in part by Every Voice, Every Vote, a collaborative project of the Linfest Institute for Journalism with lead support provided by the William Penn Foundation. Learn more at www.everyvoice-everyvote.org. Editorial content is created independently of the project's donors. And in true Dinner with Friends fashion, we'll be taking it out on the streets to see what the youth thinks about this upcoming election.
So today I'm at City Hall joined with.
Kayla Stanton.
Not care. Alex.
So my first question is, what do you love about Philly?
I love how we care about each other, and I love the brotherly love we got. I can go down the street and I can say what's up to a few people, I like that about Philadelphia.
As corny as it sounds, I probably love the buildings the most and just the architecture behind it because there's a lot of cool spots around here.
Now, in that same vein, what's your least favorite thing about Philly?
The killing, the murder rate, and all that. Like, there'd be a lot of gun violence and stuff. That's what I don't like.
I feel like if we had like more engagement in the community, like things people could do, they'll like change their mind from like getting guns and do something else with their time and like with their money. And like if we were like more engaging in our community, I feel like the community would stop put down the guns.
A lot of people would also say that voting is a necessary step to progressing towards change. Is voting something that's important to you?
It is, considering I just turned 18, so I can now vote.
Now, my last question, because we are Love Now Media, I have to ask, what does love mean to you?
Love isn't just about like, the word, like you can love someone but not like love someone. So love is just about the passion, the mindset behind it, caring for the person, knowing the person, and just like having that connection with whatever you're loving. Not just to love it, like you have to have that connection and the mindset and the intentions behind love.
That's hard. I mean, love can mean a lot of stuff. It can be like the people you love, something you love. Love is like everything, I feel like. Love is something you feel in your heart, like, honestly. It's hard to describe. It's just a feeling that you get. Indescribable.
I would just say taking care of the people you do love. Like, being able to care for someone is you showing them their love. Whether it's as simple as just talking to them, wondering how their day is, or a big gesture like giving a gift. As long as you can take care of the people you love, that's the best thing I can say.
Now, back to our conversation. I do have to ask, does being 18 feel any different?
No, I really tried. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like you hit certain ages, even though it's a milestone age, like that question, you get asked it every year, and it's like, oh, do you feel different? Do you feel different? And I like never know the proper answer to give because it's like I feel different sort of on like a day-to-day basis, like despite what age I am. Like sometimes I forget how old I am. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Just thought you know.
Thanks for telling.
Of course.
But yeah, no, like even when I was 12, like, or 10, your first double digits, and it's like I don't feel any different.
That felt different for me. You couldn't tell
Really?
me nothing.
Oh, true. Maybe you do get the mindset.
Yeah, because like you have one digit in your age. Who do you think you are?
But 18, it's like you do get more possibilities. But I feel like also maybe because as you get older, you get more responsibilities.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes I shy away from truly embracing the old the responsibilities that come with being older, but the fun parts, like, sure, I love to talk about it, but
Yeah.
Speaking of fun parts, what's the first like legal adult thing that you guys did after turning 18?
I bought a scratch off.
Did you win?
No.
Oh. Let me think.
So
What did I do?
I wasted
The first thing
$3.
I did was I'm 18. I can't really do nothing legally but vote. You gotta wait for me.
You better vote.
Yeah, you
I'm
better
gonna
vote.
vote.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I think the first thing that I did was go to a party.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. They let you in now.
Yeah.
Can't drink, but they let you
I mean,
in.
They was
What party? I
Ooh.
didn't even know that.
Oh.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
oh
Continuing on.
What'd you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
What'd you first do?
So
when you
My
old
were
and
answer is
ancient
so
and
like
wise.
comical, quite literally. Oh, I missed that.
Keep
No, you
going.
didn't. It's hard to hear it.
My answer is so
age.
comical, quite literally, because I went to
Gets to you.
a taping of Stephen Colbert,
Oh, wait.
The
You
Late
have
Show.
to be 18 to get it?
Oh, you have to be 16 with a parent, 18 by yourself.
Oh,
So on my 18th
oh.
birthday, me and a friend, we went by ourselves.
Okay. You felt
So, like,
old.
that was the first thing I did whenever I
And
turned
what
18.
did you do when you turned 21?
On camera?
No. Never mind.
No, actually, no. The first thing that I did when I turned 21, I went to New York with my friends. Like, that's how I spent my 21st birthday,
Yes,
and
those
I made
pictures
them
ate,
all
by the way.
ride a ferry.
What?
Oh, that's so fun.
We rode
Staten Island Ferry.
it wasn't the Staten Island ferry, it was
Oh.
the East River ferry,
Okay,
because you
okay.
could ride the New York ferry. It's so cheap, so it's like $4 one way. And it's a nice, like, hour-long ride. You go up the East River all the way up to the Bronx. That's what we did. I mean, granted, and then more 21-plus things after. But
Yeah.
for my birthday,
See that
I
on our
like
Patreon.
specifically wanted just to be in New York with friends or be somewhere with friends.
Yeah.
We're between the beach and New
Dinner
York.
with friends.
But yeah, we ended up going to New York and I rode the ferry. And that's what
Okay.
I did for my 21st birthday.
Okay, period.
I mean, in that same vein, as you guys were saying, being 21 doesn't feel... Well, no. I'm actually going to backtrack on what I was going to say.
Have you applied for Life Alert yet?
I'm 21.
21.
Okay. Just saying, you never know.
I would say that I actually feel like it feels a lot different. This is the first time in a while that I've turned an age where everything seems to change. And that's because a lot of things change. You have access to a lot more places that you couldn't otherwise go to beforehand. So, I mean, I feel like I get to explore an entirely new Philadelphia, a new New York, new cities, and experience things that I haven't already been able to experience before. And I'm keeping that so PG in as much as possible.
Period.
And let our own viewers draw their own inferences.
Imagination.
I mean, yeah, and we also have, like we said, we have a member of our crew who is 16, still going through high school. Surely you guys remember that age. I remember that age and all the things that we said we'd do at 18, at 21.
Yeah.
Do you think we've accomplished any of those?
I've accomplished actually so much. I did recently just graduate, and that was like really big for. I feel like I didn't feel nothing when I turned 18, but when I graduated, it was like, I didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it is moments that make you feel older as opposed to birthdays. Like, I have a controversial take, and I don't like birthdays that much, which I know because it's like a whole day to like celebrate you and everything. But it's sort of like, it's sort of like New Year's to me. Why I feel the same way. It's like you have this whole day. It's like a new year. Like you're turning older. You're a year older. But then like the next day, it's just like everyday activities. And that's so weird to me because sometimes I feel like you waste away the first day of, you know, the first day of being a year older or the first day of being a new year. Like, and it's just like I did nothing. So when I think back, it's like, what did I do the first day I was 18? Nothing. And it's like, it's sort of controversial, but it's sort of bittersweet to me though, because I do like getting older, but then it's like moments like graduation, you graduate and it's like, I feel like this is like a growth moment. This is a transformation moment as opposed to a birthday.
Okay, so it's less at least for you, it's less the age and more so the moments that come with the age.
Yeah.
Taylor, do you feel the same way?
I'm not gonna lie. I just forgot I was in a building. I feel like birthdays for me, I mean, their birthday, like I said, it's kind of like Christmas. So it's the anticipation of waiting for this one day, and then the day comes, and then the day is over, and then you have to take down the decorations, and you have to clean up all the wrappings from all the presents, and then you're old. Like,
yeah.
Oh no! I lied. I love my birthday. I get free food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Get a free dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I do love a birthday freebie.
Yeah. I do
fun.
the list.
Oh,
I do
me
the
too.
list. Yeah. I think this year for my birthday is going to be really excited because it's like 19 and we all know what 19. So exciting, but yeah, no, I don't think I'm really going to feel a certain way about my birthday till I turn 30. That's going to hit me hard.
Speaking of like the future though, I think we should look a bit at the past and a bit how like the past can influence where we are now.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like a transformational moment that you can think back to, or even like not in your life, like but before, that you feel like influenced a bit of where you are now?
Yeah. I think that for me, I've always known what I wanted to be when I grow up. I've always wanted to be famous, and I've always wanted people to love me and all those fun things. Oh my God, I love you too.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. And I love you as well. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So yeah, for me, I think honestly, when I started working here, that was like a real turning point for me, because when I was younger, I didn't really like leave my house. So for me, coming to work out of state, I'm grown as like I'm so grown. I'm going out of state and I'm doing all these things, and I work for a media company and I'm filming my show, and it's like the step to get me to the step to get me to the step, you know, to get me to this ultimate step of my famiosity.
Famiosity.
Yeah, trademark.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that was my turning point.
Mine's more recent, as
Ooh.
in like the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, there are many I could think of,
Spill.
but I think the one that's most prevalent in my mind right now is specifically moving into my own place.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, by yourself.
It is so scary.
Oh, you're
Oh
by
my
yourself?
It is so
gosh.
scary, yeah. Like, I've always had roommates. I've either
Do you
been
talk to
in my
yourself?
family's house. Oh, all the time.
Okay.
I feel
all
like I
the
would
time.
have to
Yeah.
survive.
No, it's so crazy.
Oh, do you be
think
like
about this a lot.
Issa? You be in the mirror?
It's so crazy because, like, I always think about this whenever I'm in my apartment. If someone outside my door listened in, you would think that there are multiple people in that.
No,
like
yes.
at least 3 or 4. The way I just like talk to myself and like hold a whole
Yes.
conversation.
No, you
Yeah,
know what's
sometimes I
crazy?
pretend I'm on Jimmy Fallon.
All the time.
All the
what's
time.
crazy?
All the
It's
time.
so
I
fun.
do it walking down the street. Like I have out loud conversations with myself on the street, and
Yeah.
then I'm a very expressive person, so I'll be walking down the street and I'll be like,
Right?
"You
And, like,
cannot do that
Wait,
here."
I don't agree with y'all.
Really?
Really?
I
Oh my-
make
no, I-
faces out loud, and then people look at me, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm having a
Oh,
conversation
face.
with myself."
Okay, I thought you
Yes.
meant like speaking out
No, I
loud to
also
the air.
do that.
I also make faces too, like reaction, because you're having a conversation in your head and you're just like, oh, you said that, or like you're
Yes,
laughing or
because
shocked.
sometimes I
something
get
like that.
bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that to say, yeah, I would definitely say that living in an apartment by myself is one of the biggest transitions that I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still grasping with that because, like I said, it's only been 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and it's fun at times, but it's also so scary.
Have you played with a potato chip, a tissue, and a penny?
That's a SpongeBob reference.
Oh, okay.
See, he don't get it because he old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Journey, how about you? How about you?
I think mine. Okay, it's sort of like, I guess, a Roman Empire moment, and it's very random. Like, and I don't even know if I can relate to how it changed who I am. But I was in a like dance showcase in pre-K, and I was a star. Like, my role was to be the star. Yeah, but I was wearing like white, and I had these like glow up like hairpins.
Did you wear the star costume?
Yes, but don't think of like the shape of a star.
Oh, it was like a.
Like, no, like I was just like dressed in white, and it like. Right, stick with me. So I don't know what it was, but something about being on the stage and then like getting off of the stage and like going over. Yeah, like I think that was like the first moment I can actually remember feeling like I did something that I was proud of, and because I was proud, like the people around me were proud, like, and I wasn't even good. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was looking back, I've been no, trust, it was not the best. Like,
Find that on YouTube.
it was like no,
okay,
never to see the light of day. It was like a terrible little like pre-K 2-step.
We
But,
had a
like,
supercut of that on top of you.
I'll never show my face on the show again. But it was like, I felt like I was like the best dancer in the world after I got off the stage, because I had flowers. That was the first time I got flowers after a show and everything, because I had took the risk of like, I'm gonna audition to be the star in the showcase, and I did it. And I
you
just
were the star of the show.
Yes, but no. It was
Ooh.
the Earth Goddess who was the star of the show. I remember who got it. Don't want
What
to talk
show
about her.
was this?
It was like Elemental. It was very fun though.
But,
Okay. Yeah, I felt great afterwards, and I always wanted to chase that feeling again. So I think I do stuff that I'm proud of, and because I'm proud of it, it makes the people around me so proud.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you call back to an excellent time when we were young,
Mm-hmm.
whenever the world was so bright and in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Gonna
Do y'all
start
remember that
crying.
parachute?
The parachute.
Wait.
Yes, in gym class.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
you
was
wouldn't know
thinking-
because that didn't happen in the 1900s.
Yeah, I remember, like, and the scooters that used to go, like the scooters you
Yes,
could sit
yes.
on.
I remember
I
this
jammed my
good.
fingers
I
into
had them
so
until I
many times.
graduated. I did not. It was like 5 holding on for
Listen,
dear life, and it did not matter to me.
Youthfulness is a trip, the greatest trip
It
ever,
is,
but
it
a
is.
trip nonetheless. But thinking back to that moment in life, I want to ask, what seemed like the most grown thing to you guys at the time?
High school, driving, prom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, prom is a big one because I had so many older cousins going prom, and I was like, I used to wear dresses and act like I was going on prom with them. But then once they get in the car, I was so confused on where they go after they get in the car. Like, I didn't think like prom was like at a venue. Like, I just thought they like got dressed up and got in a car and just went away, like, and then returned later on. But I don't know. I thought it was so fun to see like all my older cousins do stuff or like go and hang. I used to think it was so fun when like my neighbors, I used to play pretend my neighbors would like leave and they would be like teenagers and they would get out of cars like after their friends dropped them off or something, and I used to like go to my mom's car and act like I was getting something out of the car to walk into the house and unlock the door and act like I was just coming in from like a night out or something.
I used to pretend I was drinking.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like my favorite, and still to this day, my favorite adult thing, getting married. I used to get married to everything in my house. I've been married to a vase. I've been married to a teddy bear. All messy divorces. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I still get my spousal support, but it was really a lot for me. So when I have my like real wedding, oh my god.
Okay. You actually just brought up crazy memories. I used to.
Thank you. You used to get married too?
Yeah, but to a broom.
Yeah.
Oh, I
like,
think we all married a broom at one point.
Okay. I thought I was about to like
No.
reveal something really embarrassing because it was like person height too, or like child height. So you're like
I was
looking
always
at.
really tall, so nothing was ever person height.
See,
shout out to the short kings.
I think for me it was R-rated films.
Oh,
R-rated films, because my parents were like very, very, very strict on like, no, you can't watch anything PG-13.
Can I
can't
be
watch
honest with
anything
you?
R-rated. Yeah.
To feel grown, I would watch The Passion of the Christ because it was R-rated.
That is a movie to watch when you're that young.
How old were you?
It came out in 2005.
Oh.
No, like 5 through. I got scared of it at like maybe 10.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I couldn't imagine watching that movie as a child.
Yeah, no. I used to
The
watch
whole
Love
thing.
Jones.
Love Jones?
Yeah.
why?
Because I used to think it was older because it was a romance movie.
Yeah.
Anything that was romance, I'd be like, oh, I can't
Yeah,
watch
that's
this
what
with
I
my
mean.
parents. But then my dad liked Love Jones and like he would watch it, but like I always thought it was inappropriate because it was a romance. So I used to watch it on the DVD player when no one was home. But it was just like a rom-com. Like,
Yeah.
It was a very sweet movie. Like
It
nothing
was.
that inappropriate. But I used to think I was being so sneaky.
Because when they would get hot and heavy in the kissing, that was a thing. That was a thing.
Yeah.
It's
That
kind
was
of
a
still
thing.
is a
I mean,
thing.
fair enough.
I'm still nervous when like I watch a show that has like an inappropriate scene and then my mom
too.
like
I
I watched
couldn't do that.
Euphoria and my mom was like, oh yeah, I started watching Euphoria, and I was like, I don't think
What do
I
you
can
mean,
talk
oh,
to you
yeah?
about this. Like
I-
this feels wrong.
I don't think I am 21 years of age. I don't think I could watch Euphoria in my parents' house. That's naughty. I wouldn't do that. Absolutely
That's
not.
naughty.
I would not do that. But I mean, I think that's just a generational influence, you
Yeah.
know, because like you're raised thinking like, oh, those things like you can't consume. I mean, and you break past those, but like they stick with you.
Yeah.
Are there any generational influences that you guys feel have been instilled in your brain that even though you know they're not, I don't want to say not true, but at the same time they don't apply to you, they still stay there. They still hold
Sometimes.
influence in how you live life.
Sometimes when I'm in my house, because I'll be the first one to tell you, I do not like clothes. I don't like wearing them. It doesn't work for me. So when I'm in my house, I don't wear a lot of clothing. So when I walk through my house, and I think it was more so, and I'm pretty sure it's like a generational thing, because my parents are also older. So they're old enough to be my grandparents. Love y'all to death, but y'all know what's tea. But so to walk through my house and say I'm like in some short shorts and a nice crop top. What are you wearing that for? There's a man in this house. Okay. I mean, all right. And so I think it's more so a generational curse that I personally am working really hard to break, Because yes, there is a man in this house. Last I checked, that man is my dad. And if my dad has a problem with my short shorts, maybe we need to be looking at my dad, not me. You know, because, oh, God, I could get into that all day. But yeah, walking in my house, feeling comfortable in the clothes that I feel comfortable in, that's a big one for me.
Okay. Jenny, how about you?
That's a good question. I mean, I think one that I like talking about, I don't know if necessarily I like have a personal experience with it, is learned helplessness. I think that's more of a community conversation, but like growing up in Southwest Philly, it's like sometimes like driving around, like even going to get food, it's like very evident of like the situation of learned helplessness within the community, of how I don't want to say people give up, but it's people just accept that this is the situation I'm dealt, this is what I have to deal with, which is not true, you know. And I like wrote a paper about this for like the school paper, but it's like seeing that sort of makes me want to like go against it and like do something that I'm passionate about, even if it's something that people tell you, oh, that's not a stable career, or that's like something that isn't going to financially benefit you. It's what I want to do though, you know. And the fact that I can go out and do it and go against accepting getting a minimum wage job and just surviving day by day makes me so proud of myself. And I see other people do it, especially other young creatives, you know, at events we go to, hearing them talk about their businesses that they started, even if it's like, I'm a nail tech, I'm a lash tech, you're doing something and I'm so proud of you. Like, it's so inspirational to see young people like go against the grain of like, I don't want to be stuck in a row home in the middle of West Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
So you essentially just hit on the point that I had. Yeah, you like perfectly nailed it in the head. I was just gonna say careers.
Yeah.
Careers, lifestyle, careers, because I have immigrant parents. My entire family's Zambian. I'm first generation American. And there's this stereotype for a lot of first generation Americans where it's like, we came to this country so you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an engineer, so on and so forth. It actually took a long time for my parents to be able to be okay with me settling with journalism. Because at first it was like, okay, we don't want you going to journalism just because like we want you to become like a lawyer, we want you to become a doctor, like something high paying, something with a title. Then it went from that to, okay, you could study journalism, but then after you're going to go to law school. Afterwards, you're going to become a politician. They were
Politician.
Like, you're going to become a politician. And I think a large part of it's because the media that's shown to a lot of the countries outside of the U.S. highlights success, like American success. But that success looks like having a lot of money, being a doctor, being a politician, being a lawyer, so on and so forth. So whenever they come to the United States with that idea in mind, thinking, oh, we want that success, we want that for our kids, that's the only way they know how to do that. And that's, I'm not just referring to my parents, I'm referring to many immigrants coming into the United States. A lot of them have the mindset of like, this is how it has to happen.
Because that's the American dream that they're fed before they come over. There's we have the persona, I'll say, of this country this is America, where you can be anything you want to be as long as you're a doctor.
As long as you have the MD at the end of your name. As long as you have like
MBA.
the doctor before. Exactly.
A bunch of letters.
Literally, element of P.
And it's so crazy because eventually they settled into, I think it took a lot of convincing and like action and showing how dedicated I was. I did this, it wasn't an internship, like a summer camp at our local news station when I was like 15. They ended up featuring me on the news. Like we did a mock news broadcast, did a lot of stuff at school with the news. And then I kept working to it to the point where they were just like, oh, wow, he like really wants to do this. And that's how that happened. And then since, coming to college, I've had the opportunity to do so much. And I think that's like further solidified that idea with them. But the fact that you even have to like fight to get that into their head in their first place, that takes a toll on you. Because as we're talking about generational curses and like the things that you bring with you, now I do. Yeah. Now I do it. But at the same time, I think whenever you grow up thinking like, oh, this isn't gonna be good enough, like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
I have to be doing more.
Right.
Then, like, even like now, there's sometimes where I'm just like, wait, should I go into like,
Have
should
you
I?
healed from that?
Yeah. Well, as much
It's
as you
a
can. Yeah, it's a
process. For sure.
process.
Like,
It's
Sure.
gonna be.
Are you healing from that?
Yeah, it's hard to say like, yes, I'm healed for that.
Yeah.
From that, because like, I think one of my favorite phrases ever. I hear Joss says this a lot. Sarita also used to say this a lot. Healing isn't linear.
Yes.
You're gonna go up sometimes and you're gonna go down. So like,
For sure.
I could be on this like steady trajectory, and then like sometimes you slip into that mindset of like, am I doing enough?
or
Am I
something happens.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
happens, and then you're just like, oh, am I doing enough? And then you go and you travel, not to take everything back to travel, but then you
No,
travel
no.
and you meet these people who are doing amazing things that look nothing like the idea of success that you've been fed. Because specifically, like going around Europe, you stay in all these hostels, you're meeting all of these people, they're like your exact age, and they are volunteering at these hostels, and they're making next to nothing, but they're at the same, they're the happiest people on planet Earth because they're
Yes.
just traveling. They're seeing everything that they want to see and doing everything that they want to do. And I think it's also important to remember that we're young and there's so much time to go and pursue the things that we want to pursue.
Exactly.
To the point where it's just like, I shouldn't feel like I have to pressure myself to go into like the working world right after graduation. Is that something that I want for myself? Who knows yet? But I shouldn't feel like there's pressure to do that, specifically when you go and you travel and you meet so many people who are making a living off of things that you didn't even know were an option, because those aren't the things that we're taught about at all. We're just taught that like, oh, you have to like go make money like this, do it like this, when in reality there's so many different ways.
I understand what you're saying.
So I think it's just
100%.
the
Absolutely.
idea of figuring out how to break that, which I know we're running short on time. So I want to use that as our last question. How do you break generational curses
Ooh.
or just like influence?
Okay. I think because I know that I've broken a couple. So I recently just broke one. I am not pregnant and I do not have any children.
Okay.
That's big for me because where I'm at right now, my mother did not make it there. So for me, well, number one, I ain't getting pregnant. Number two, I think that I have to be really patient with myself because for a lot of my life, in order for me not to end up pregnant with the child, my mindset was, oh, no, you cannot have a boyfriend. You cannot have sex. You cannot have fun. You cannot do any of that because all of that leads into a baby. And so I think me being really patient with myself and allowing myself to understand different ways of life and experiencing new ways of life and providing myself a different kind of lifestyle so that way sex isn't in my face. A boyfriend isn't, I mean, he is, but a boyfriend in that manner isn't in my face where it's like I don't have to hide from it if it's something that is always, a possibility, but it's not, I'm not scared of it anymore. I'm not actively running away from it because I think oftentimes when we run away from the things that we're so scared of happening to us, we end up right back in a circle because you run away from it so hard that you run into it.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
You ate that.
Thank you.
Like that.
Thank you.
I think, I don't know. That's a good question. I think, well, I'm going to college, which is, I'm a first gen.
When are you going to college?
Oh, and I graduated.
Tomorrow.
Actually,
LOL.
moving in tomorrow.
Moving in tomorrow. But yeah, I can't remember the last person in my immediate family who went to college and finished college. So the fact that I want to go was something like great for the family, but then also it was like a lot of pressure because it was so much pressure that I was like almost out of spite. I was like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But then I realized like I do want to go, and like this is for me, but also because like I want to do something that I'm proud of that makes
Creating
other
a new
people
legacy.
proud, like that I said earlier. And I know by doing that and walking across the stage, I'm going to get that same feeling that I got when I was the star on the dance ballet showcase in pre-K. And I do things to crave that feeling, and that's what I'm doing. And it's also breaking a generational curse in a form, I would say.
All right.
Beautiful. I love
Here's
it.
to growing up. Here's to
Cheers.
You
breaking,
didn't share yours.
keeping an open mind. I would say that keeping an open and understanding mind, and I mean just understanding that the people who set those generational traumas a lot of the times were influenced by traumas before them, and you have to understand that like they're doing it out of love. Whether it translates as such is an entirely different conversation, but you have to just I think comprehending that that's their mindset. You can't necessarily change it. Do your own thing and accept the love where you can.
Oh,
Yes.
such an old wise owl, Nathan.
So
All right. Here's to growing up.
So
very
old.
Here's to growing up. And
So
till
old, I
then,
can't even hear this.
we'll see you next week for our last episode. Until then,
Stay hungry.